Shandong University is the second oldest university in China and was the first university that had a chartered constitution. Now, even though we have a very, very interesting past, we believe more in making history than resting on it. Our university is without any doubt the most prestigious one in Shandong province, and it is a member of the double first class university plan. This is a university plan made by the Chinese government with the aim of creating some of the best universities in the world. We have multiple campuses spread over 3 different cities. The cities are Jinan, Weihai, and Qingdao. Qingdao is a beautiful coastal city. Weihai also, and Jinan is the capital city of Shandong province. Let me show a nice picture of our campuses. As you can see, 4 different ones, all very nice. Okay, so let's talk about rankings here. To show you the progression that our university has made over the years, I wanted to take you along and show you 4 different university rankings. The Shanghai ranking clearly shows that from 2006 to 2020, the speed at which we have progressed is really astonishing. Especially in the last few years, we have made progress that is something to be very proud of. And we have all confidence that in the future we will do even better. And this ranking shows also that, we are at this moment 412 in the world. Not as positive as the Shanghai ranking though, because they validated differently. But what you can see is that the majors that we give in these subjects are far above what our world ranking is. So if you are interested in one of these fields, then this is definitely a very good choice. The QS world ranking clearly also shows a very quick progression in a very short time. Just in a period of 3 years, we jumped about 200 spots. And the graduate employment rate is also very impressive. As you can see that from 394th in the world, we are now 269th. That means that more and more people are quicker to find a job after graduation. And here, the rankings per subject are also quite astonishing. As you can see that in just a short period of time, we have increased on all of these 5 subjects a lot. And that's something to be very proud of. Now, what does this all mean for you as an applicant? You see, because we as a university have progressed so much in such a short time, that also means that if you get a degree from this university, that your degree going forward in the future will most likely be far more valuable than it is today. So if you have a degree that will increase in value over time, that will of course be more liked by employers and will give you better chances going forward, especially with a good alumni network and the events that we organize in multiple countries. Okay, so some notable research we have done in 2020. I just wanted to show you. This is some of the breakthroughs that our university has done. I will give you a small minute just to look at it, because if I read it up, it's not very interesting. But a lot of the top research work here is done by professors of the Chinese Academy of Sciences and Engineering. This academy is the most prestigious one in the country. You can only be nominated there, and only the best professors get nominated, as you can see here. These are our top leading professors, very, very prestigious, very hard workers, and especially our biggest asset that we can offer. If you have the luck of having these people teaching you, then you will definitely look to a more brighter future in research if you are going for a PhD. Okay, so that said about rankings, I also want to talk about student associations. In my personal opinion, these are very important. And the reason why student associations are so important is because when you are a student and you are involved in these student associations, you become an active member, you are a board member, you do things for these organizations, then you don't only get experience in how to organize things, how to create events, how to publish papers, how to develop your skills, but also you will gain a network that when you get a job will be very advantageous to you. That is of course very handy, because really what you are doing is you are learning skills for on a later time, for at a later time when you have a job. Also, apart from that, we have university trips. Normally, we always go twice a year on university trips with our students. But sadly, because of the COVID-19 situation, we have canceled it for the moment, but we're definitely going to continue that as soon as we can. And because Shandong province has so many cultural heritage sites, as Shandong is the province where Confucius was born, and there is a lot of impressive architecture here. We have many cultural things to show, and that is also a big bonus if you come and study here. Now, of course, we have many shopping districts, and for traveling, it's also really great because the location of Shandong province is really like in the center, in the middle between Beijing and Shanghai, which makes it easy to go to different kinds of places, and it is and the transportation networks here are really fantastic. Okay, these are some pictures of our provinces, of our province and our cities. Just let you have a quick look. This is Jinan, beautiful city of Qingdao. And here, Weihai. Here, life at our university. Okay, so of course you did not join this seminar because you are interested in life in Weihai, but of course you want to know about studying at our university. What programs do we offer? As you can see here, I've made a list for you. I'm not going to read them all up, as that would not be very interesting, but in the meanwhile, I will tell you about some of the requirements we have if you want to come and study here. For example, one of the things that is important is, of course, if you choose an English program, that you can speak English. If you cannot speak English, then it's going to be very difficult. If you choose a Chinese program, similar story. If you cannot speak Chinese, then you cannot follow the classes. To determine if you can or cannot, we require language tests. For Chinese programs, that is an HSK, and the HSK level varies depending on the degree type you have chosen. If you, for instance, do a bachelor program, then you need HSK 4, Master 5, and PhD level 6. For English taught programs, IELTS or TOEFL are options, but also we also accept other types depending on the exact certificate. But on our website, we give more information about that. In addition, we also require you to write a motivational letter. That motivational letter has to be conform a certain template with the answering of 5 different questions with a minimum of 800 words for bachelor, 1,000 for master, and 1,500 for PhDs. We have to have a medical exam. We need to know if you're physically and mentally fit. That is a very important thing. Your degree and transcripts have to be notarized and have to be submitted as well, because we naturally want to know who you are and what your strengths are as a student. If you're a self-supporting student, it is important that you hand in a bank statement which shows that you have at least 50,000 RMB or equivalent in any foreign currency. Having said that, you also, in addition, need a financial guarantor form, which will show who will be the one paying for you. Of course, You have to also hand in your passport, a copy of your passport of the biographical page, so that we also know that it's really you. And our application deadline is the 31st of May. Now, sadly to say, our scholarship deadline has already been reached, which was the 31st of March. I am planning to tell you a little bit about the scholarships themselves, as I think for people who are attending for perhaps next year that they can benefit from it. But for this year, you cannot apply for a scholarship anymore, only as a self-supporting student. About the scholarships themselves, the CSC scholarships in general consist out of two different scholarships, the type A scholarship and the type B scholarship. CSC type A scholarships, you have to apply at an embassy, regional secretariat, or an organization that is designated as an organization you can apply for. Here to quickly jump, these are the prices in, what does it say up there? I can't read it. Price, yeah, in Jinan, Weihai, I can't read it, just in front of it. Sorry about that. Now I better. Price indication here in Jinan. So I think I just show you how much things cost in Jinan so that you have an idea about affordability and also know what you will spend. The prices in Qingdao and Weihai are basically of a similar level. Not much of a difference. But to get back to the CSC type A scholarships. So you can apply at one of these three organizations. There are many different types of type A CSC scholarships, and at campuschina.org you can find on the website, you can find them all. So the only CSC scholarships that you can apply for at our university directly are the type B scholarships. And type B scholarships consist out of the university program and the Silk Road program. Now, the CSC university program has a selective amount of countries that can apply for certain programs, as well as the Silk Road has the same. So it is not so that you can just apply for any kind of program. If you apply on our application portal, you can exactly see which programs you can apply for and which you cannot under this scholarship type if your if our scholarships are open. Having said that, our applications run from about mid-December till March the 31st for this year for the scholarships. What do the scholarships bring you? Well, you get about, it depends on the type of degree you are following, but generally you can say you get a stipend of 3,000 RMB, you get free accommodation, and you get free tuition fee. Now, that is for the full scholarships of the CSE. For the partial scholarships of the CSE, you will only get a certain amount refunded. So then you do have to show your bank statement if you also choose to accept a partial scholarship, but it's a lot better than having to pay it all yourself. The Shandong University Scholarship for International Students is also closed at the moment, but to give it a quick introduction, it is a scholarship that is also partially funded and basically will fund a great deal of your scholarship, but you need to pay all the money first, and then you will get a refund at a later date for the amount that you should get. Okay, so here is some of our contact information. On the left QR code you can scan, you can go directly to our website, and our right QR code will bring you to a group in which you can ask questions for potential applicants. I want to thank you all for having this presentation. If there are any questions, I would like to take them now. Thank you.
Hi, Daryl. Thank you for the presentation about Shandong University's programs and admissions information. So yeah, there are a couple of questions from the attendees here. Sort of, it's both in regards to the Bachelor's in Business Administration program. So the first one is the student came from Malaysia. So Is it a must to have an English certificate for Malaysian student?
Well, there are two options. If she can prove that her highest degree or diploma was given in English, and she gets a letter from the school or university, it is stamped and signed by a staff member, then she does not have to get a language certificate. On the other hand, if she cannot prove this, then she needs to have an IELTS, TOEFL, Duolingo, etc. Language certificate test, yeah.
Yep, understood. So what's the minimum requirement in terms of the high school grades to apply for the bachelor's program?
Well, you see, we do not centrally decide the necessary grades. The schools themselves make decisions on if students get accepted. So every school has different criteria. Also, I would like to say that we don't only select on the basis of grades themselves. If you have other things to show, like, for instance, the fact that you have won national prizes in the past, or you did publications that you can prove, or you have other things that show for you, then we will also be more lenient with the grades, because we believe that you can't put a number on a person.
Yeah, definitely. So I think another question would be about the MBBS program, because as everybody know, MBBS is like one of the most competitive and popular for students from all over the world. So what's the requirement to study MBBS? Is there an age requirement specifically for students who wish to join MBBS program at Shandong University?
If you want to be a scholarship student, then there is an age requirement, yes. Then you can only join in till a certain age. But if you are a self-supporting student, then there are no age limitations.
Great. So there's no age limitation, and students are welcome to apply for the MBBS program as well as for other bachelor's program.
If you are a self-supporting student.
Yeah, if you are self-supporting students. And then, so the application deadline is in June, right? Can you please?
June? No.
Yeah,
No. May 31st.
Oh, sorry. It's in May 31st, guys. So
Yeah.
you only have like about 20 days-ish left to finish your application, because May 31st would be the last day to apply Shandong University degree programs. Yeah, I think the last question would be about the scholarships. So as you mentioned, CSE scholarships application deadline has passed, but some of the students might have missed the information. So is there any other scholarships that are still available for them to apply at the moment?
What you could try is CSC type A scholarships, but I don't know the exact dates for these scholarships, as we do not basically, we don't handle them. They go through the embassy or the regional secretariat. So for that matter, I can't know. But if you look at campuschina.org, you can have a look if what those deadlines are for those scholarships.
Great. Yep. So, I think one of the students mentioned that the QR code for Wechat is not valid. So don't worry, we can send this. I think we can send the QR code to the new students later, so that they can still join the Wechat group to study with Shandong University later.
Yes. Which one? The right one, you mean?
I think the right one, yes.
Yeah, I made it a little smaller.
Oh, maybe, yeah, maybe.
It didn't fit on. So I think that my tinkering might might have ruined it. My apologies.
Maybe it's because it's small, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so don't worry about it, guys. We will obtain the new QR code from Daryl, and then we can share it with you guys. So in case if you have any further questions for Shandong University, you can still ask the questions directly to the admissions team.
All right. Thank you very much, Nadia.
Thank you, Daryl. Have a nice day. Thanks for the time and for the sharing for today's online open day.